Hey guys, this is at&t, and today I'm going to make a response to Jakthebomb. Jakthebomb is infamous for putting out videos that are anti-corporation and anti-establishment, and he goes out there and calls 1-800 numbers and just does all sorts of stuff on his YouTube channel. But today I'm going to be addressing him about his cell phone video he recently did called Ultimate Verizon Wireless Share Everything Rant. Now, I don't know why the ultimate is in front of that, but let's dive into this here. He says that data is unlimited and that Verizon has no limit on data, that it's like a highway and it just gets congested, that there's no limit on it. Now, unfortunately, sir, mobile data is an extremely finite resource. It is extremely difficult to produce and come by, and just, do you have any idea the process that it takes to actually, put out your cell phone signal? All right? In order to get your cell phone signal out there, they have to build a tower. I'm actually already oversimplifying it. They have to buy the land, and then they have to get a release in order to put, a tower on the land. Then they have to get it government approved, and the government has to go to the land to see if it's fit to actually, contain a tower. They put the tower up, then they have to put masts. And once they put the masts down there, they have to see how far they can reach, etc., and if they see if they have to even buy more land. It's an extremely expensive process. Depending on what state you live in, land could cost upwards of, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And depending on where it is, if it's near a metro city, depending on what county it's in, it could end up costing some land even millions of dollars. What you also got to remember is that they also have to hire someone to build the stuff. And then once they not only have to hire someone to build it and put it up, but they also have to pay for it. And towers and masts cost upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars. To put it in perspective, Verizon Wireless will not make any profit off LTE for a very long time. The amount of money that they're spending just to put out these masts and towers is insane. It is absolutely crazy for how long it's going to take them to recuperate the costs. And then you got to remember, a leaked document just came out. Now, this is only for a specific type of mast, and this is only one company. But Nokia Siemens, they came out and they said that only 4,000 people can connect to one mast. Now keep in mind that some lands, depending on what state you're in, what country you're in, where you are, some land can only contain a couple of masts. You have to get several permits to even contain more, and there's also airway laws preventing you from just having a farm of masts. Like, you see those farms, those windmill farms in California where there's like thousands of them for miles. Yeah, you can't have those with masts because it can generate a lot of carcinogens and give people cancer and shit. So it's not as simple as you think it is. Verizon Wireless has to do a lot of money in order to do that. And it can only, can you imagine only 4,000 people? Hundreds of thousands of dollars to build and put up a mast. And then imagine the cost to maintain it. And then that only serves 4,000 people. And you got to remember, Verizon Wireless isn't the only one that has access to these masts. You see, not every cell phone company can afford to put so much money into masts and towers and all this stuff. Only big companies like Verizon Wireless and at&t can. And so people have to realize that because of this, you have stuff like Metro PCS and Cricket. They roam off Verizon towers and masts. So you're not only getting Verizon Wireless customers, and it's not even just 3G phones and 4G phones. It's dumb phones. It's prepaid phones like this one. They roam off the same towers. Whether it's an iPhone or an LG whatchamacallit, they're the same. You gotta realize that, Jakthebomb. And Jakthebomb, I have no idea where you got this statistic that everyone you know uses more. Like, I guess you could say everyone you know uses more than 2 gigabytes of data. This month is the most I've ever used in my data plan. Ever. Because I went to E3 and I recorded up to 10-minute videos, interviews on my Samuel to Geek channel. You can go check them out. I went to E3, recorded interviews and stuff, and I all uploaded it through the Verizon network because it was faster and I have an unlimited data plan. It was faster to do it through there than the Wi-Fi provided by the Los Angeles Convention Center. So I uploaded 20 videos. 20 videos from Los Angeles. And not only that, but I was tweeting and Facebooking pictures and chatting and meeting up with people and using Siri. I was using a lot of data because I don't know anything about LA. So the only way that I could, get to places would be like, Siri, can you tell me where the Los Angeles Convention Center is? That's how I got around Los Angeles, okay? That's the only way I could do it. So I used a lot of data, and I have no idea how you use so much data, my friend. I mean, you could say, oh, well, your iPhone 4S is a 3G device. Even on a 4G device, and you say that the YouTube app automatically puts it on high definition, well, go turn it off. And honestly, you say it's a pixelated mess, you could turn on high quality, but not HD. It's very easy to do. I mean, you've owned iOS devices a long time. I've only owned this a month. This 4S is only a month old on the Verizon network. And I don't see how you use so much data. Like I said, I uploaded 20 videos. I was watching videos because I didn't bring my MacBook Air. This was my device. This is what I used around all of Los Angeles, Arizona, California, driving around, texting and tweeting and Facebooking and YouTubing and just, uploading stuff, downloading stuff. Like, I was using a lot of data. I was using the maps, the GPS, and if we look at my cellular usage here, over that whole time period, I only used 4 hours of calling, so I can guess to say I'm not the biggest talker in the world, but I only sent 996 megabytes worth of data that whole trip. And I only received 1.8 gigabytes. In neither category did I pass 2 gigabytes. And I used a Droid 2 for 2.5 years almost, like a long time. And I used the hell out of that phone. I uploaded tons of videos from it. I used tons of data. Anyone who's been following on my Twitter, you can look at all the tweets that say set from an Android, the Twitter for Android. Like, go look at my stuff, man. I honestly, unless you exclusively watch HD videos on your iPhone or iPad, I have no idea how you use more than 2 gigs. I don't know any of my friends that exceed that limit, and I think it's absolutely insane that you say that that's a future thing. Nah, honestly, the 4G towers are to get city people off 3G so that the rural area can actually, connect to it. Like I said, they don't want to build tons of masts, and they're probably running out of places like in California, and they'll probably have to do what AT&T's doing. If you didn't know, AT&T in New York is actually tearing down 2G masts and towers to put 3G masts and towers to, handle the overwhelming stress that the iPhone and other smartphones are putting on their network. So you got to realize, Jakthebomb, that data is not as easy to come by. Maybe in 20 or 30 years, 4G will be the norm and there will be more data to handle this. But, it's going to be like your hard drive. Even 4 years ago, a 1 terabyte hard drive was almost unheard of. Now, I have one sitting right here. So you got to realize, man, that data is not that easy to come by. And like you said, the more as time goes on, the more data we use. So there's this consistent flow of receiving more data to give, but using more data at the same time. So please, you're overreacting, and just to let you know, 1-800-922-0204, that's not their corporate office. It's probably a call center that they rented out from India or another random call center. You see, one thing you also got to realize, Jakthebomb, is that call centers, you're not directly talking to the company. You're talking to probably call center companies. You see, what Sony and Verizon and those companies do, they often just contact direct, privately owned call center companies, and they hand them a binder. And whenever you tell them something, they look it up in the binder. They usually don't have any idea what the product is. They probably have never even seen an iPad. Some of them probably live in India in really poor parts, and they don't even know what an iPad is, and you're yelling at them over the phone. So please, calm down when you're talking to people in customer service, because they honestly are just outsourced people who don't have any idea what you're speaking of. You're not talking to the company directly, and they probably don't appreciate you calling them over and over again and encouraging others to do so. They're trying to actually help customers that they can easily address problems with. I'm calling Verizon Wireless, like you'd already do with Sony. Have a great day, Jakthebomb.